Day. My name is Marie Ann Ricadio, and I would like to present my TESOL portfolio for this ED 582 class, Foundations of TESOL, with Dr. Cardenas. I've chosen 5 of the 8 lesson plans that I've created during this 8-week period to showcase with this portfolio. They are phonics, grammar, vocabulary, idiom, and writing. With the phonics lesson, my focus was teaching long vowel spelling teams with a group of 18 second graders. The highlights of this lesson are that I collaborated with grade level teachers and specialists such as the ESOL and reading teachers during our weekly PLCs to review data and SMART goals. We have started our WIN cycle. WIN stands for what I need, and students receive focus intervention during 30-minute class periods daily. The lesson plan is attached, and I've added some of the center work that are included with the lesson. Students in this WIN class worked on long vowel spelling teams for 4 weeks and completed the session with a post-test. Our goal is to have at least 70% or 70% of the students in my class to pass the post-test with 85% or better. The second lesson I chose to add to my portfolio is a grammar lesson on proper nouns. Students reviewed common nouns and the differences of common and proper nouns. And as an assessment, students wrote about a vacation or staycation and identified proper nouns in their writing. Here is the lesson plan. And students were very excited to work with a partner and raise their hands when they heard a proper noun read out loud. They also use this text in this unit, plants and animals in their habitats, to annotate and identify proper nouns. The vocabulary lesson that I recently taught was a big hit with my students. We focused on related adjectives and shades of meaning. The highlights of this lesson are that the students created a class chart with related adjectives, and it's also included in this portfolio. Students also added new vocabulary words in their writing and speaking, and they were confident and excited with using these related adjectives. The lesson plan is posted here in the next few slides. And the students reread this text titled Postcards from Alex in their Benchmark Advanced Reading Book. This is our approved curriculum for our school, and the students found related adjectives and then created a class chart with shades of meaning. I've added the anchor chart that introduced the lesson, and this is some of the words or adjectives that were in the story. The next lesson is the last lesson plan that we created for this class. It was the idiom lesson. I will let you know that I did not teach this lesson yet. However, I plan to teach this next month when we return back to class. My students are aware of idioms because the anchors on our Dolphin News team use idioms almost daily, and I need to explain what those specific words mean as my students are very literal as expected for their grade level and age. I know that this figurative language lesson will be an exciting for them to complete, and that's why they included it in this portfolio. Here is the lesson plan. And I've added the anchor chart that I'll use to introduce the lesson and the scenario cards that the students will work together in pairs and use context clues to find their meaning. As an assessment, students will match idioms to their meanings. And these resources are free on TPT, and I've cited the authors on the slides. And the final lesson included in this portfolio is a writing lesson plan. The highlights of this lesson are that students interviewed a family member or family friend who is a veteran. They restated their questions into statements and created an informative writing piece that is displayed with a QR code. If you access the QR code, you can listen to the students read their informative report. And with their family support, students were able to bring in hygiene products to be donated to veterans in need. Then here's the lesson plan. I've added some vocabulary cards to build prior knowledge about Veterans Day. Here is the veteran interview template that they completed at home. And one of my students' final report, I've blocked the information, but students drafted, they edited, and they typed the report. They also used a Wixie app to record themselves, read the report out loud. And here are my students' reports with a QR code displayed on the bulletin board. And so when they recorded themselves on the Wixie app, they read out, they'll be able to listen to themselves read, or their family members can listen to them read. And I'm very proud of my military connected students and their families. I hope you enjoyed my portfolio presentation. Thank you for listening.